Hi guys, you're welcome to another edition of the Game Plan Show. My name is Fifi and apologies for my absence during Monday and Tuesday show. As you can hear from my voice, I've not been well for some time now, but I'm getting better and I decided to do the show today just to get the kick going this week because I've been very inactive. But thanks for joining us once again. We are streaming live on Facebook on Pulse Ghana Sport. We are also on Twitter as Pulse Sports GH, as well as on Instagram Pulse Ghana Sport, and on Snapchat Pulse Ghana Sport as well. Today we'll be discussing a lot of issues. I'll be telling you about the Black Stars. We'll also be discussing Kwadwo Asamoah. There's also Kevin Prince Boateng in the mix somewhere. We'll also be talking about Andy Yadom, who is a Black Stars international. We'll also be talking about the English Premier League fixtures that have been released, as well as the Ghanaian interest in there. We'll also be talking about Accra House of Folk. They are in the news as well. As always, you can share your comments on the show on Facebook. Just comment below the current video you are watching on Pulse Ghana Sport, and I'll be glad to read your comment to our viewers as well. You can also ask questions as the show goes on. So yes, I've told you about the topics, so without much ado, let's delve straight into action. Now, the Black Stars of Ghana, who on Sunday annihilated the Ethiopian national team, the Walia Antelope, by 5-0 at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, are set to receive $5,000 each as match-winning bonus for that feat. Now remember, that was an AFCON 2019 qualifier ahead of the tournament in Cameroon in 2019. It was our first qualifier. We have been grouped in Group F alongside Ethiopia, Kenya, and Sierra Leone. And Ghana won our first fixture by 5-0. And we are top of our group as well. And so the guys will be each receiving, anyone who was involved in that match day on the field and on the bench is set to receive $5,000. Now this represents a 50% slash in what they are normally used to. They are usually paid $10,000 per win, but now the government is saying that Ghana had, a lot of economic challenges we are facing, and so they've decided to be prudent a bit and manage the amount of money we have in the system. So Black Stars are going to get $5,000 each. This was confirmed by Deputy Minister for Youth and Sports, Mr. Pius Enam Hajidi, in a press conference in Kumasi. Yes, so he said that the decision has been discussed with stakeholders, the coaches, the players, as well as the management team, and everyone agreed that this was the way to go. Now remember, the Black Stars have been in a lot of bonus issues over the past few years. Now in the 2014 World Cup, they boycotted training sessions because their appearance fees of $100,000 per player had not arrived. Now, even at the recent AFCON, we heard reports before the game against Ethiopia that some of the players were rebelling and asking for monies owed them from Gabon. Can you imagine? They didn't win Gabon, but they are still owed money from that campaign as well. Now, the Deputy Sports Minister speaking in Kumasi also talked about how there will also be insurance packages as well as gratuity packages for players and management as well. So for all national teams, he announced that there will be insurance packages as well. So there's been an announcement of an overhaul of sorts for the national team, the Black Stars of Ghana. Let me have a look at Facebook and have a look at who is watching us live and whose comment I am supposed to acknowledge for you in a bit. Now, Godwin Quiz, you are saying welcome, Pulse. You're also welcome, Godwin, to our show. Now, Faithful a free year, Mugabe Gilbert, you are saying keep it up. Thank you very much, Faithful. Nene Afedi Manuel, you are saying welcome back. Thank you very much, Afedi, champion producer Afedi, for watching us always, and for doing a very good job on producing the show. So I'm also very glad to be back on the show after a 2 days absence. Now, Pishon Nanaya Patrick, you are saying Bobo Starboss, I see you. Now, Pishon, you're also saying Nene. I'm sure you are talking to Afedi as well. Now, Faustina Bedu, you are saying keep it up. Thank you very much, Faustina, for joining us on the Game Plan show. Now, Ametepe Francis, you are saying welcome. Thank you very much, Ametepe. I'm glad to be back on the show as well. Now, Ransford Danso, you are saying watching you live. Ransford, I'm also ministering to you live on the Game Plan show. You are getting me very excited. Newton Tamakulu Dav, you are saying you guys are doing a good job. Thank you very much. You're also doing a fantastic job sticking and staying with us on the show. Ilyasu Mohammed, you are saying nice one. We like this in Ghana. Thank you very much. Nice one. Nice of you to also join us for the show. Now, Kwadwo Potter, you are saying keep it up. You also keep it up with regards to you watching us, because we really need you for the show to be successful. And we've discussed the Black Stars, and let's just move on to our next topic for today, which is the Kwadwo Asamoah, the coach of the Black Stars. So we are not really moving on from the Black Stars, are we? I mean, there's been a lot of controversy with regards to the team and everything that they've been through. But let me tell you about Kwadwo Asamoah and how he's saying that his doors are open to any player who is in top form. Now, this is very important because, since his return to the team, he has named 30 players into the squad. Of course, some of them couldn't make it. Kwarase had to drop out because of a family emergency in Norway. Mohamed Abu had to stay in America. Goswe Donyo had to pull out because of injury. And as well as Kingsley Safo being approached by the Swedish national football authorities to play for them, play for some of their youth sides. So a lot of players have dropped out. But all in all, he has named about 7 local players in the squad, proving that, if you have the talent, no matter where you are playing, Kwadwo Asamoah, has the eye and he's going to call you into the team. Now, he's saying that his doors are open. I'll read you his quote in a bit. He says that we have to look at the long-term goal and the immediate goal. And in my ambition is to build a team for the future. Now, so more players will have to come in so we have a formidable squad. Now, this is the key phrase. More players would have to come in, so that we'll have a formidable squad. Now, this is good news for any Ghanaian player anywhere in the world, whether you're playing in Ghana, in the Ghana Premier League, in Division 1, Division 2, whether you're playing in Denmark or Finland or America or wherever you are based, Belgium. Kwadwo Asamoah is saying that more players will be making it into the Black Stars. I find it very uplifting that we have a coach who is that open. Remember, during Avram Grant's tenure, we didn't have such openness with regards to call-ups. Of course, he called up a few people, Gideon Coomson at the point, Andy Yadom. Some players came in and all, but then we didn't have, the full complement of our talent, in my honest opinion anyway, and because we had a lot of good players. The Ghana Premier League produced a fantastic talent in the person of Latif Blessing, and he didn't even make the AFCON squad. I felt it was personally very disappointing. David Akam was one of the best players in the MLS, is currently one of the best players in the MLS. He has scored 7 goals in 14 league games, and he's not even primarily a striker, and he has been missing from the Black Stars for quite a while. Majid Waris was in stunning form for Lorient, missed out on the AFCON, and so it feels encouraging that you have a coach who is saying that more players will come in. What does this mean? It means you are performing at the top of your game. Kwadwo Asamoah is saying, you know what, I'm going to call you into the Black Stars. And a lot of players come to mind. A player like Abednego Tete, who is in stunning form in Sudan, scoring left, right, center. He used to play at Bechem United, was a star in the Ghana Premier League as well as the FA Cup, and he's now playing in Sudan, and he's one of the most deadliest strikers in the Sudanese league. And Kwadwo Asamoah himself was based in Sudan, so expect this is quite a prediction from my end, but I suspect, as the BC lad who we interviewed told you the last time, that he suspects aggregate 40. Well, I'm suspecting as well that Abednego Tete would make the Black Stars squad at a point. I mean, he's a fantastic striker. He's got the height, he can score, lethal foot that he has, and can get into great positions. A striker in the mold of Raphael Jamna, who has also been invited into the team and who has already repaid the confidence Kwadwo Asamoah reposed in him by producing a brace on his debut. On his debut, right? He scored 2 goals. So that's very, very impressive. From a striker who scored 31 goals in Europe. I mean, you wouldn't expect anything less, would you? But then again, yes. And someone like Augustin Okra, who personally, for me, has been one of Ghana's best players playing anywhere in the world. He plays in the Sudanese league as well. He is, he has a culture. He plays in the same team as Abednego Tete. Very, very cultured left foot. Can hold the ball, can dribble, has an explosive pace. insanely confident in front of goal. Some of the goals he scored will make your jaw drop. He's also going to get his chance, I presume, at a point. And we have some, very, very good talent in the Ghana Premier League as well. Someone like Majid Ashimeru of Wafa, I believe, deserves a chance at some point, at least a look-in, an audition of some sort with the Black Stars, and so many, and even within the Wafa team, we have a lot of players. And it's also good that Kwadwo Asamoah is managing the local Black Stars as well. So, bright prospects for the team going forward. Kwadwo Asamoah is saying lots of players are going to come in and lots of players are going to go out. So if you don't stay on your toes, as he has proved to the likes of Mubarak Wakaso and Ajima Bedu, you are going to lose your place in the squad. So I'm sure a lot of players, let me mention another player I believe deserves a Black Stars looking. Emmanuel Boateng. Emmanuel Boateng plays in Portugal. Now he was a Ghana under-17 striker, and as at that time he has scored a lot of goals for the Black Starlets, and he played for the under-20 team as well during the 2015 World Cup. He's very, very good, very physical, has a sharp sense in the penalty box, can play on the wings, can play everywhere, and has been one of the best players, Ghanaian players, playing in Europe over the last 4 seasons as well. Very consistent, very young as well. And so, expect to see a lot of these players coming into the Black Stars, at least to have a look in. And we've had a lot of coaches who are very, very, very conservative, and who like to lock things tight with regards to inviting players. But you have a coach like Kwadwo Asamoah who is saying, I am building a team for the future. That's very encouraging. Hats off to you, Kwadwo Asamoah. A lot of talk has gone on about your comments after the Ethiopia game and about your tactical acumen. But I believe that the fact that you've admitted that you are building a team is good news for a lot of Ghanaian talent in the game. Let me go on Facebook and check out who is talking and who is not. Kwao Potter, you are saying keep it up. Thank you very much, Kwao, for your comment. We are still on here. A lot of you watching. Thanks so much for joining us. Nene Afedimano is still watching our show. Now let's just move on to our next topic, which is that Kwadwo Asamoah has announced that he might just be returning to the Black Stars. Now this is good news. Of course, Kwadwo Asamoah, ever since he was included in the Ghana squad ahead of the 2008 Africa Cup of Nations, that was the time he joined the squad. He was a player for Liberty Professionals. Very skillful he was. He was, the kind of playmaker many people love to love. Very exciting on the pitch, has a lot of flair and finesse, and nimble foot. And of course, he has evolved over the years, has played in so many positions, at left wing back, at left back, in central midfield. But long story short, Kwadwo Asamoah has announced that he might just be returning to the Black Stars very soon. Now, he spoke at the Calcio Trade Ball, which was organized by Alta Legacy Sports, which is owned by agent Oliver Arta, as well as the Embassy of Italy in Ghana. Now, at this event, Kwadwo Asamoah was given the Inspirational Award, and whilst receiving this award after the close of the season, remember he lost the UEFA Champions League final to Real Madrid, even though he didn't play in that game. He also lost out on 350,000 euros. Very, very sad for Kwadwo Asamoah. So, but he has been back in the country. He's been receiving an award, the Inspirational Award. And he said, well, very soon I will join the team, which is the Black Stars. He also said, I left the team due to some injuries, and I needed time to get more better because I know Ghana has a lot of talents. Now, this is a very, very modest speech by Kwadwo Asamoah. He's saying that even during his absence, he knew Ghana would be able to cope because we have a lot of talent. He also said, even me not joining the team, I know we have replacement. So very, very good from Kwadwo Asamoah. He also said, I am happy, I am doing well now to join the team. And I didn't want to join the team because I didn't want to join half fit. So, very, very, very matured comment coming from Kwadwo Asamoah. A lot of Black Stars players have concealed injuries, we have heard, after being called up. So for him to say, I didn't want to join the team because I was half fit, it shows that he has the interest of the nation at heart. Of course, Kwadwo Asamoah is capped 69 times for the Black Stars of Ghana. He has scored 4 goals. The last time he scored a goal was in 2013. Can you imagine? That was 4 years ago. I remember that game very well. I was at the stadium covering that game. It was Ghana against Zambia. He scored in that game. Majid Waris, I believe, scored in that game as well. We beat the Zambians by 2-1. It was, yeah. 2 goals, 2-0. Oh, I've forgotten if they scored or not. But then Kwadwo Asamoah was in there. His last game for the Black Stars was against Portugal in Brazil, the 2014 World Cup. It's been a long time. A lot of things have happened. We've had a coach, come and go. And now we have a new coach coming, albeit the old one who was in charge when Kwesi Appiah was there as well. Okay, so Kwadwo Asamoah was handed his debut by Claude Leroy, who was the Ghana coach from 2006 to 2008, I believe. Yes, it was. And he had an injury in November 2014. Kwadwo Asamoah, it's a knee injury that he suffered. He was out for over 300 days, over a year. He returned the next year in September 2015. And since September 2015, he suffered about 4 different injuries, muscle injuries as well as knee injuries. So he's been in and out of the treatment room, has had 2 knee surgeries, and very, very sad for him. So you can understand why he kept his distance from the Black Stars. But now that he's fit, he's back in Ghana. He might leave Juventus. He's 28 now. And there have been interest from Southampton as well as some clubs in England, as well as a club in Turkey. Galatasaray have also registered their interest in signing him as well. So Kwadwo Asamoah is reflecting, and he's saying he might just return to the Black Stars. A lot of years ahead of him, 28 years, still very skillful, and so we have a lot of hopes for him. Now let's just move on to our next topic, moving on from the Black Stars and Kwadwo Asamoah. We'll be talking about Hearts of Oak, but before then, let me check your comments on Facebook and see who is watching and who is not, who is commenting and who is asking questions, so to speak. So we have a lot of you joining us. We have Godwin, Quays, Faithful, Efriye, Mugabe, Gilbert, then there are Fedi, Pishon, Anaya, Patrick, Ametepe, Francis, Cephas, Bogley, and Ransford, Danso, Newton, Tamakulu, Dav. You are watching us as well. Ametepe, Francis, Kwao Potter, and thank you very much for joining us on the Game Plan Show, streaming live on Facebook, Pulse Ghana Sports. My name is Fifi Anaman. Yes, it's your favorite Game Plan show. Now we'll move on to Hearts of Oak, who during this week were reported to have been denied access to the Accra Sports Stadium to train. Now, when I heard the story, I also felt a bit skeptical about it. I mean, that's their home. Accra Sports Stadium is where Accra has for play. So I found it a bit weird. But of course, later they came out to declare that it wasn't because they had been kept out. What triggered everything was that they saw players and fans and journalists saw players seated outside the stadium. Not really outside, but the space between, how do I even this? The parking lot. Yes. And the space in front of the press area as well as the dressing rooms. And people assumed that the players had been denied access. They had been bounced, as people reported. But it hasn't been so. It was not so. The club has confirmed via its official Twitter feed. It said that we had our photo shoot session with Star Times Ghana today. Kindly neglect false stories that we have been denied access to train at the stadium. So yeah, that's Accra Hearts of Oak. Saying that they have been unfairly treated by the press, who were saying that they were denied access. They weren't denied access. They were just having a photo shoot. And my producer will put some of the photos on your screen for you to see. Lovely, lovely photos. And I think it's a very good initiative by Star Times. I've also seen Kumasi Asante Kotoko, displaying proudly some of their team photos. And I think it's a good thing for Ghana football to see such team photos for record keeping sake, at least. And also, obviously also for the aesthetic value. I mean, we need it. We need it to promote our league. If we have wallpapers of clubs and their squads, I think it will boost interest in our top flight. And so Hearts of Oak doing a good job. Of course, initiated by Star Times, who recently got a new PR. Now, shout out to you, Eli Kondo. Eli is an esteemed colleague of mine who was recently named the Public Relations Officer of Star Times. Congratulations to you, Eli Kondo. We wish you all the best. Star Times are, of course, the official rights holders of the Ghanaian top flight, the Ghana Premier League. So yes, that's what is happening in the camp of Accra Hearts of Oak. Let's quickly move on from there, and we'll go into the camp of Kevin Prince Boateng. Let's just do this quickly. I mean, this guy is not playing for us again, but we keep talking about him, obviously because he's good. I mean, in the last season for Las Palmas, he scored 10 goals in 29 games, He had been converted into a striker, but primarily he's a playmaker, can play from the wing, either side of the wings as well. And he had a fantastic season, a season of rebirth for him, if you will. He's 30 years old now, enjoying his football. He has problems with his knees. For those of you who know, that was one of the reasons why he decided not to play for Ghana again. Before he returned and went to insult some people, and he was sacked from the camp of the Black Stars during the World Cup. So Kevin Prince Boateng, a lot of baggage, but a lot of talent as well. Now his son has also been showing us a lot of talent. There's a video, and I'm sure my producer has it. I hope we are able to play it to you, of Kevin Prince Boateng teaching his son how to play football, and he captioned it. Let me just get the caption for you in a bit. Kevin Prince Boateng said, "Shoot like Ronaldo and celebrate like daddy. He will be the greatest." That is Maddox Boateng, who is the son of Kevin Prince Boateng, and Melissa Sata, an Italian TV presenter and model who is engaged to KP Boateng. So they had the son Maddox in 2014. So he's 3 or 4 years old now, and his dad is already teaching him how to play football. I mean, catch them young, as they say. Catch them young, just fashion show my sinten in ten Omusana no Kevin Prince Boateng making no mistake there about his desire for his son to replicate the heroics of Ronaldo. Now Ronaldo is the world's biggest footballer now. Now look away, Messi fans. Of course, Ronaldo is running things right now. He's on top of the world. Champions League winner over the last 12 months twice. He's a European Cup winner, Euro 2016. He won it. He's a La Liga winner, Champions League Golden Boot. He's the world's highest paid sportsman. So Ronaldo is everywhere. He's the king. And so for Kevin Prince Boateng to say, Maddox, I want you to score like Ronaldo, you should know that Kevin Prince Boateng, who is currently on holiday in Ibiza with his wife Melissa Sata and the kid, enjoying himself after a wonderful season for him. We are yet to know if he returned to the Black Stars. Remember, he was sacked alongside Sule Muntari at the 2014 World Cup in Brazil. Now, Kevin Prince Boateng was sacked for insulting Kwadwo Asamoah, and Sule Muntari was sacked for assault, beating up Moses Ama. And now Sule Muntari has apologized. He apologized in June 2016. Kevin Prince Boateng is yet to show remorse for insulting Kwadwo Asamoah. Kwadwo Asamoah is back. Oh, he's back. So Kevin Prince Boateng, it looks like the Ghana dream is over for you. And that's if you want to play anyway. A lot of talk has been going on about him. Now let's move on to Andy Yadom. Our next topic for today's game plan show. We are still streaming live on Facebook, Paul's Ghana Sport. My name is Fifi Anaman. Thanks for joining us. I'll be reading your comments in a bit. Now, Andy Yadom is a Ghanaian defender. He's 25 years old. He plays at Barnsley in the EFL Champion. Barnsley were recently 14th in the recently ended EFL Championship. They also reached the third round of the FA Cup and the first round of the League Cup. And Andy Yadom played 33 games across all competitions. So he was a constant fixture, a right back as well. He can play at left back as well. He was at the last AFCON for Ghana in Gabon. Avram Grant, he's an Avram Grant invitee, as I like to call him. He made that squad and he played about 2 games, if I remember right. Now, he's been attracting interest in the Premier League. We are hearing that the likes of Burnley are looking to go in for him. Swansea are also looking to snap him up in the Ghana, in the English Premier League, sorry. And Derby County are also looking to get him as well. So, Andy Yadom is a hot kick as it is. He plays for Barnsley, coached by Paul Hickenbottom. And they play at Oakwell, which is the stadium that the team is based. So that's it in the camp of Andy Yadom, who many see will be competition for Harrison Afful. A lot of talk about Harrison Afful. People are saying that he's getting too complacent. He has no competition. Now we have Lumo Agbenyenu competing with Baba Rahman at left back. We have so many centre backs now competing for places. Jonathan Mensah, John Boyd, Daniel Amate, Rashid Sumaila, Jerry Akamenko. So competition is tight, it's heated in the Black Stars. And at right back, we have nobody apart from Harrison Afful. So Andy Yadom is the man. And many people are tipping to give Harrison Afful a run for his money. Harrison Afful, of course, plays at Columbus Crew in the MLS, whilst Andy Yadon plays at Barnsley. Will soon be moving, if the reports we are hearing are right, to either Swansea or Burnley. We are praying for him to get a move in there, which will be very good for him and for Ghana football as well. Now let's just move on to our last topic, which is the English Premier League fixtures, which were released recently, and I'll be giving you the rundown of everything that will be happening in August. It just ended, and now we have new fixtures coming up. I'll just be reading them to you. Saturday, the 12th of August, that is when the English Premier League for the 2017-2018 season. Can you imagine? Time flies. Time flies. Okay, so we have Everton taking on Stoke City. No Ghanaian interest there. Watford playing my beloved Liverpool. For those of you who don't know, I'm a Liverpool fan. Tada! I've come out. But for those, I'm sure most of you know Astro. Coppa it. Liverpool, we are playing Watford. Crystal Palace will be playing newly promoted Huddersfield Town, who have been promoted after so many years out of the top flight. Southampton will be playing Andre Ayew. Andre Ayew is a Ghanaian interest there. So, Jordan Ayew plays at Swansea. Andre played at Swansea, so we always make that mistake. I always make it anyway. So Jordan Ayew playing for Swansea against Southampton. That's if he will still be there by that time. West Brom will be playing Bournemouth. Arsenal will be playing Leicester, who have Daniel Amate in their mix. Daniel Amate is another Ghanaian player who will be looking forward to seeing in the English Premier League. Manchester United, West Ham United. That will be a big game. Andre Ayew coming up against what we are hoping will be a central defensive pairing of the new guy who just came into Man U, Lindelof, I think, and Bailey of Ivory Coast. So a lot will be happening there. Andre Ayew against Manchester United. That will be on the opening day of the Premier League. Newcastle, Christian Atsu. He's qualified along with Newcastle back into the English Premier League, and he'll be playing against Tottenham Hotspur, red hot Tottenham Hotspur, led by Harry Kane. Chelsea, no Ghanaian at Chelsea, unfortunately. They will be playing Burnley FC, who could soon be acquiring Andy Yadon. Fingers crossed. Brighton will be playing Manchester City. Man City will be hoping they win the league. Come on, if they don't win the league, Guardiola's legacy would be under threat. A lot of people have spoken about how England might just not be the place for him to flourish, but he might be looking to prove a point to the naysayers out there. So I'm looking forward to seeing Man City next season, even though they don't have a Ghanaian player. So yeah, 4 Ghanaian players in the Premier League next season. At Swansea, we have Jordan Ayew. At West Ham United, we have Andre Ayew. At Newcastle United, we have Christian Atsu, who's currently injured, but he'll be back very soon. And at Leicester City, Daniel Amate. That's it for the English Premier League. Let me check out your comment on Facebook and see if I can wrap up the show finally on the game plan. Thank you very much for joining us. Kwadwo Potter, you are saying keep it up. Godwin Quiz, you are watching. Ilyasu Mohammed, nice one. We like this in Ghana. Thank you very much. Ametepe Francis, you are also watching the show. We are very, very grateful for your audience. Thanks for joining us for the game plan show. It's been my pleasure, absolute pleasure, to come your way after missing 2 of the shows. And I apologize for feeling dull. I'm still recovering after going out sick, and I hope to get better fully, at least by next week. I'll be returning tomorrow, but then at least by next week, I hope to be fit and ready to give you the rundown as to what is happening in the world of Ghanaian sport. My name is Fifi Anaman. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll come your way again tomorrow. Stay safe and good evening.